me on today's video where I'm going to be breaking down the pose Galavasana. Now, Galavasana is a super cool pose that I love, and I did break it down before in more of like a comedy, fun video before. But some people have been writing to me going, Celeste, we just need more meat. We need to like get our teeth into Galavasana, and we want you to explain it a bit more. So here I am, I'm going to take you through it. Now, if a little voice in your head is telling you, I think I'm too tight in my hips to get into Galavasana, keep watching because I actually have got a really cool variation that I can show you if you haven't got the full external rotation on your hip yet. So when you're ready, let's go and do it. So the first thing you want to do is create a figure four. You're going to cross your, let's do left ankle first on top of right knee. And then you want to push your bum backwards like you're going to go on a chair. Now you might get to this point and feel the tightness in your hip and then just think, no ways, there's no more left in me. In which case, stay here and practice the flexibility in your hip, because the more you stay here, the deeper the stretch will go, and the more opening you get, the easier it's going to be to do the next step. And that is putting your fingertips down on the ground. Now what most people do is where their fingers land, they put their hands, and then they struggle to do the rest. But what I want you guys to do is actually to walk your hands forwards. Now once you've walked yourselves forward, there's this weird, I call it no man's land. I don't know why I do that, but anyway, I call it this weird kind of middle part where you're not sure exactly where to go. But this is the part that's so cool. If you're in that forward place, bend your elbows backwards, look forward and lift your butt up. And then you're going to get your foot to hook around your right arm, your knee to rest on your left arm, and you're going to keep moving forward till you feel the right foot gets a bit lighter. I need to go through those steps again because I think they're so important, and once you kind of get your head around all those steps, this pose becomes a lot easier. I'll do it on the other side. So let's stand on our left legs together. Now cross your right ankle over your knee, push your bum backwards, and then just see how it goes with reaching to the ground. If you're like, oh my goodness, my hip is so tight, just stay where you are. But if you're starting to feel like you get a bit more space, put your fingertips down on the ground, and then instead of planting the hands where they are, walk the hands forwards until your back heel lifts off the ground. Now, as the knee bends and as your elbows bend, hook the foot around your left upper arm, rest your knee on your right arm, and keep pushing forward till this left leg becomes much lighter. And that pushing forward action is what gives you the ability to lift your back foot up. Now, you might be like, oh, my hips are so tight, I just can't do it. And for a long time, I thought to myself, do you know what? If you have very, very tight hips, then I don't know if you can do this. Until one day, this awesome dude came to my class. Man, this guy was so tight in his hips, it was ridiculous. And he did this. He went here, and his knee was quite high because his hips were tight. And he came down, and he did the pose like this. And I just had so much respect for him in that moment because I was like, yes, this pose is actually possible even if you haven't got full range. So he basically did the same thing, but he didn't hook the foot. He just had the knee resting on one arm. So I feel like he created his own yoga pose. Dude is a total genius. So remember that no matter what variation you're practicing of what pose, there's always a way to make it work for your body. And in this instance, you don't have to get the foot to hook if it feels tight in your hips in the meantime. Now, added bonus feature on this video, I kind of teased you with it on the jokey comedy video, was you can actually stretch out your hip to give you more space. Pigeon is one option, which is really nice to get a bit more opening. Lying on your back and doing a figure four, thread the needle, is a really clever one. And then what I like about this one is you can even start practicing the arms from lying on your back, and then you can feel that lovely stretch along your hip. And then another cool one that I love is you stretch out one leg and you hold on to your other leg like a baby, and you pull the lower leg in as close to your chest as you can, and you wiggle it side to side. Thank you so much for practicing this pose breakdown with me. Galavasana is a super cool pose, and I think the thing that I learned from doing it, and especially teaching, was that you look at a pose like that and a part of you thinks, do you know what? I don't know if I have the flexibility or the strength. But then once you break it down and once you play around with the pose, there's actually so many different ways of getting into it that you can do it. It's a really cool arm balance that teaches you that no matter what you want to do, if you can kind of tweak it somehow, you can make it work for you, your body, and whatever's going on in your life right now. So there's lots of lessons in yoga. You just got to look out for them. Thanks for watching. Remember to click on the link that's appearing now for full-length classes, and follow me on Snapchat and Instagram. And I'll see you next week for another super cool video. Lots of love. Take care. Mwah. Bye.